Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Rooted Podcast. I'm so excited to talk to y'all today. We're going to tell you a lot of stories upcoming here for the muzzleloader season starting here in Tennessee. We're going to teach you all about why you should clean your muzzleloader and check it out. Otherwise, you're going to end up like me and Ben. And you probably don't want to do that. You're going to find out why here in just a minute. I promise we'll get into it. But first, as always, Ben, bring it home, man.
So
Come on. Start us off right.
Yeah, boy, we are in the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 10 through 11. So that at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. All right, y'all, look at here. We just had an election in our nation. And, you know, John, I'm thankful it went the way it went. I mean, obviously, everybody probably knows where we stand on that. But the thing of it is we have one king in heaven. His name is Jesus. And there will come a day that all the non-believers, all the people that are like, no, God ain't real, Jesus ain't real, every person on the face of the earth will bow down before him and they will say, Jesus is Lord. He is King of Kings. Every tongue will confess it. Even the rocks and the mountains will bow down to him. Everything on this earth, all the demons, Satan, all of them, everything will proclaim him as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Just keep that in mind, that we're not reading this as some fairy tale. This is real. God is real. Jesus is real. And it's a life changer. Once you accept Christ into your life, it'll totally change your whole world. Your outlook on everything changes. So just keep that in mind as you're going forward. And just know that one day, whether you like it or not, you're going to proclaim Jesus as Lord of Lords and King of Kings. It says it right there. Philippians 2, 10 through 11. Read it for yourself.
Well, there you go. You know, that's a powerful message, and it's the truth too. You know, I mean, there's a lot going on, just like you said, with this whole election, and I'm happy that it went the way that it did. But at the end of the day, none of it matters if you don't have Jesus first. So, but speaking of going forward, we are fixing to go in to muzzleloader season this Saturday here in Tennessee. And it's just a real exciting time because a lot of the times what happens is these deer start rutting come muzzleloader time and everything else. I think, Ben, you still with us there?
Still here. Can you hear me?
Some technical difficulties.
I don't know what in the world just went on. It said, we can't access your camera. But my camera was there.
We'll just roll with it. It's all good, folks. Hey, look, this is part about having a show with technology. Sometimes it likes to cooperate. Sometimes it don't. Well, that's all right. So anyway, muzzleloader season is starting. I really love this time because it extends your gun season out a couple weeks, and it just so happens to line up with the time that the deer start chasing. And if you get some cooler weather coming in, you have a muzzleloader in your hand, the woods can really light up for you. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen this weekend. I know we got some rain coming in, but it's not just thunderstorms the whole time. There's going to be a time when that rain stops. And I think it's just going to be absolutely killer. The hunt-wise is telling me that it's going to be good. You know, I think right now it's at 70-something, 80-something%. I'd have to look at it. But yeah, I mean, it's looking on the up and up of things. So, man, I sure am excited. I'm actually going down to see Ben for the opener. We're gonna hunt basically, all day Saturday and Sunday, and we're just gonna get after it. So, man, I sure am excited. That's for darn sure certain.
Like you always say, patter patter, get at her, boys. We go into the woods and we're taking the meat sticks this weekend, the boom pals that blow a bunch of smoke out the end. Yowie! We're ready. I'm ready. I am beside myself excited for everything we got going on.
Yes.
And, the Wise Eye cameras have been slinging a bunch of awesome pictures our way, a bunch of bucks on the hoof moving, a bunch of deer moving in general, period. So it's always exciting to see. And, last year, killed my first deer with the muzzleloader. We've already talked about all that. But, John, speaking of that, I did realize that kind of forgot to unload that rascal last year. So that thing was sitting in my safe for an entire year.
Oh, good.
Loaded.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, good luck getting the breech plug out there, oh boy.
Well, I didn't. I went over to the farm and I was like, man, I think I'm just going to shoot this thing. And I thought, well, this may not be a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I put that old primer in there and closed it up, cocked that hammer back, and I went, oh, man, I hope this don't blow up. Boom! And it did not blow up. It did perfect. It did a great job. So it did everything I wanted it to do. It actually hit exactly where I was aiming. And then I brought it to the house to clean it. And I thought, oh, this won't be bad. I'll use some of that foam and bore cleaner and she'll be done, ready to rip. No. Mm-mm. I had to do the bore cleaner 5 times to get all the powder residue out of that barrel from sitting there for a year. Ridiculous.
That is correct.
Took forever.
Yeah, buddy, that stuff sticks.
Yeah, well, I put that bore cleaner in there, and then I took my wire brush and ran it down the barrel 50 times. I thought, man, that's good. So I looked at it, and I was like, yo, that ain't good at all. We're just getting started. I thought, this is great. It ended up taking about 2 hours to get that thing perfectly clean. And, that's letting it sit with that bore foam for about 15 minutes, letting it do its thing, break everything down each time. And then I thought, man, yeah, I got her. And I leaned it up against my desk because I thought oh, it'd be fine, I don't know. No, it fell, hit the ground. I thought, that's awesome.
That's never good.
No, it ain't ever good, John. So I thought, well, it'll be all right. It may be off a little bit, but not too bad. So I went out to shoot today. Let me back up for a second. I couldn't find anything for muzzleloaders at the store today. I had to go to 3 different stores to get what I was looking for. I mean, come on, people. Why is it so hard to get some gunpowder and, a measuring tube for the gunpowder? I mean, why is that such an issue? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable that you can't even buy primers around here. You got to order them online.
Well, we also are dummies and waited till, a few days before the opener to start buying stuff.
Yeah. And, so I bought all that stuff and I'm thinking, man, I'm going to be good. I'll have to shoot this twice and we'll be good to go. No. First shot, 100 yards, didn't cut the paper. I thought, well, that's weird. Ooh. Went to 50 yards, didn't cut the paper. Went to 25 yards, and we 4 inches plus high. I was like, oh, awesome. And
yay.
I thought, man, there ain't no way. So I clicked it down, and I was walking back to the 50-yard mark, and I felt something jiggling in my hand. And I looked down, and the dang scope ring is loose. Thought, golly bum, I've done sit out here and wasted half of my gosh dang projectiles. And there ain't no way I'm gonna sight it in because the dang rail is loose. So mine is the way mine's
tough.
So I don't know how yours is set up, but the way mine is set up, it's one solid piece that connects to the gun by a few screws, and then it has the 2 scope rings all in one piece there. So my whole entire thing is moving. It's not one scope ring, it's the whole unit. The whole scope is shaking. So now I'm going to have to remove the scope, tighten the rings down, put the scope back on, and then go zero it again. And I'm just like, all right, this is fantastic. This is great. Yes.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a similar thing happen. I was like, all right, I usually always sight my stuff in on youth weekend because I'm not hunting anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just, it just works out usually schedule-wise for me. So I'm like, all right, I get the rifle and I get the muzzleloader and I go to my dad's house. That's usually where I do it. He's got himself his little range set up with all of his 4x4s and his tires, and he's got some steel on there. And so, it's a pretty nice, legit thing. And it's, of course, it's my dad, so it definitely looks a little rigged for sure. But hey, it works.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I go to 50 yards. And I try to do it in a 1 inch high at 50 yards is what I try to sight in my guns at.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So first of all, I pull everything out the day before out of the gun case, and I cannot get the breech plug open. I'm like, this is not good. I'm like, I swear I cleaned this thing. And so anyway, about 20 minutes of I'm putting oil down this thing. I'm put the bore cleaner or that foam and stuff that you was talking about. I'm like, something to just break this stuff up.
Yeah.
Dude, it would not budge. And I was spraying it. And finally, I had to get my wife involved. And I said, look, I need you to hold down this barrel with me while I freaking put all my body weight on this wrench I got on this breech plug. And finally it budged. And I mean, I was like, gosh, dang. So anyway, I finally got that thing off of there. And it's the same thing. So mine wasn't loaded, thank goodness. But it just was all the residue. And oh my gosh, dude, I did the same thing. So I put that cleaner in it, let it soak. And what I do is I start out with that cloth kind of brush thing instead of the wire one. Yeah. And I get a bucket full of hot water and, like Dawn soap.
Yeah.
And I mix all that in there and, and I break the gun down and I just have the barrel and I stick one in there and then I just sit there and, push that rod through there and just bring it all the way up and clean it with hot water. And that usually gets it pretty clean. And then I sat there and, let it soak in that foam and stuff a few times. And then I put on the wire brush and really got it. And then, just regular oil and I ran through it. And dude, it took me about an hour or so to finally get it good. And then I sat there and cleaned my rifle because I already had everything out. But then I'm like, all right, cool. It's clean. I'm ready to go for tomorrow. So I go to my dad's. We start out with the rifle. Kaboom. I moved it, I think, once or twice. Just zeroed it in really good. Perfect. Okay. Great. I got my little high, All right. Sounds great. So now we're going to the muzzle loaders. Well, I shoot and I'm off. I'm like, gosh dang, okay. I'm like, I shouldn't be that far off, but whatever. I'm like left and up, I think. And I shoot again and I'm off somewhere way different. And I'm like, this is something ain't right. Well, I get to looking and my rail is just doing that number. I'm like, that's fantastic. So on mine, I have the 2 scope rings, but my scope rings come off of my rail. So what I did was I marked on either side of the rail, like on either side of each scope ring, but I marked it on the rail. And then I took those off, tightened everything down, put it back on, inside those marks there. So then it wasn't too hard to sight back in. It was pretty much spot on. I just had to, I think I shot it 2 or 3 times after I tightened down the scope. So I'm good, all that jazz. And I will say, dude, finding powder, because I'm a dummy and waited till, 4 days before the opener.
Yeah.
I finally found some, but gosh dang. Now, thankfully, I had everything else. I know I have powder in here somewhere. I just couldn't find it. I found the ball starter, the measurer, primers, I have speed loaders, bullets, or whatever. I got all those, but gosh dang, I could not find my powder. And so anyway, I finally found some and I got a bottle for it and all that. But yeah, dude, it's pretty hard to find. So moral of the story, if you muzzle any gun hunt, anything, you need to clean it, take care of it before you put it up, and make sure your scopes and everything are tight before you go to sight it in and waste a bunch of time and money and supplies.
Yeah, and you know how you said it was hard for you to get your breech plug out? Here's the solution that I found. It's CVA slick breech plug. It's
that's the
you
stuff.
just put a little bit dab around those threads, thread that baby in there, and then this time after I shot it the first or twice, I was able to just pull that plug out with my hand instead of having to get my pliers on it and scar it like I did last time. I mean, come on, man.
And I'll tell you this, when you store it, take the breech plug out, store it with it off.
Yes.
I did that the last time, and that's I thought I did it this time. I must have just thought about it instead of actually doing it. But I will not do that this year. I'll clean it, I'll shoot it, clean it, have it all done up, oiled up and nice, and that way next year I won't, or this time next year I won't be in the same predicament. But Bolly, gosh dang, dude, if you do not clean especially your muzzle loader, that black powder, it'll get dirty in a hurry.
Well, let me just tell you this. Here's one of the reasons why I'd rather shoot a conventional rifle is because I can shoot 100 times without cleaning the barrel. You know, I don't have to clean it every single time or every 2 times I pull that trigger. So, you know, I'm of the impression that it's like, well, dang, man, I got to do that again. Like, I just cleaned the thing, and now I got to clean the stupid thing again. But here's the fact. If you're not cleaning your muzzleloader, then you're not getting the accuracy that you need.
Yeah.
It's not going to be near
when you're
as accurate.
sighting it in, no. Whenever you're sighting it in, you need to just take a wire brush with you, you know, or a wire on the cleaning rod, whatever. And about it, I do it after every shot, but you don't need to. But I don't do any oil or nothing. I simply just brush it out, and then it keeps it. That's how, for me, it works. It keeps it. It seems the most accurate, and then I don't have to worry about it. So, you know, it's definitely a little more of a pain, of course, than a rifle. But if it extends your season out, you know, to use a gun, then I'm all for it. You know, hey, look, if you don't want to do that and just shoot bow or whatever, or don't want to do that and wait till a rifle, you know, cool. But I like it. You know, I can reach out a little further, and plus, like I said earlier, it's a great time of year. I've killed more often than not. I'm trying to think. Probably, let's see. I've killed probably like 70 or 80% of my deer with a muzzleloader, just because it's just a good time of year, and I just happen to, you know, get lucky because they're chasing, and you just never know what's going to happen, man. So, you know, I'm excited, dude.
Oh, me too. I'm ready to get in that stand and, you know, watch that smoke float across the field like a big old cloud.
You know, it's wild, the smoke part. Like, if you can get the fast reloaders, you know, that it's already right there, you just plop it and go. Those. So, all right, whenever you shoot a deer, let's say that there's multiple deer there, and of course that you're allowed to do this in your unit and state and whatever. Like, something to do with the smoke really messes with the deer, and they just are mesmerized. Like, they don't know what to think about this big ball of smoke up in this tree, and they are just sitting there dumbfounded. And if you're quick enough, you can reload that muzzleloader. And of course, now you got to make sure it's packed. And, you know, I always make sure that the ramrod is bouncing back at me. But you literally could sit there, do all that movement if you're quick enough. And that smoke just messes with them deer. And then you can get you another one. I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it's the wildest thing in the world. You're like, because, you know, for a rifle, they're pretty much gone. But something to do with that smoke, man, it really messes with those deer. And I'm not really sure why, but I just know they don't like it or they don't know what it is and they're just confused and looking. I'm not sure, but I just know that they stand there. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. They don't really do that with anything else other than a muzzleloader that I've seen.
Or a bow. You know, sometimes they won't run away with a bow, but you know, the bow's not blowing smoke like the muzzleloader is. It's just quiet. So
yeah, I just think they don't know what happened with the bow. They're like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, it sounded like a wasp flying by my ear. It's not a big capayo, you know? So, but man, you know, last year this time, I was still bow hunting, and I still kind of semi-quasidly am right now. But, the day before muzzleloader season, I had 6 different bucks that walked by me, and I couldn't ever get a shot on them with the dang bow because I couldn't stop them. They just kept walking. I was like, gosh dang it, deer, just stop. And then the next day, the old smoke pole came out, buddy. And right off the rip, I ain't seen a deer. I thought, oh, well, this is great. I missed it. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't even going to get to kill a deer this year with a dang muzzleloader. And wouldn't you know it, 20 minutes later, here comes this dude right here behind me, just cruising through, making his scrapes, being a big dog. And that was it. That's all she wrote right there. All she wrote. But, dude, that giant here on the ranch, or here at the house, daylighted yesterday. He is a wild-looking buck, man. He's got a forked G3 and a forked brow tine on the adjacent side. And he is a beautiful whitetail, man. I mean, he is super cool. Super cool deer, man. Super cool. So I don't even know if I'm going to take a stand in there to where he is. I think so. Where he's coming from, there's 2 roads that tee, and one goes up one ridge, the other loops around and goes up another ridge. Well, there's a scrape right in the middle that goes up the second ridge. So this deer, he's been coming to this scrape, but he's walking that road the whole time. So I thought, well, crap, man, I'll just go up that ridge a little piece, and then there we go. I'll just cut him off, but we'll see what happens. All we can do is see what happens there. So,
well, it sounds like you got a bunch of deer everywhere, really. So, I mean, it's always exciting, dude, whenever you get them deer on, camera and it's daylighting and knowing that, look, I love bow hunting, but whenever like, hey, man, I can reach out and touch this thing.
Yeah.
It just, it's a good feeling.
Oh, it's a great feeling because, man, if you go back to the first of bow season, I had those 2 bucks at 77 yards, and there wasn't a daggum thing I could do about it. But I'll tell you one thing: if they do that this weekend, it's over. Night, Chapowie. We're done. We're cruising through there at Mach 50 with 290 grains of 50 caliber coming at you. That's right. That's what's going to happen. So it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely awesome, to say the least.
There you are.
Yeah, so I said it was going to be absolutely awesome, to say the least.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited, man. Like, people just, if you don't live in Tennessee and you're like, what's the deal with the muzzleloader season? Like, I mean, I'm not super stoked about the muzzleloader itself, more so than just the time of year, but I just always have good luck with it, man. And I'll tell you this, speaking of just the muzzleloader itself, we can dive into this a little bit. I always like to use the loose powder. And then, of course, like you were saying, you had to buy that measuring, stick, basically, just a, I mean, so anyway, I always like the loose powder. Make sure when you buy it, it has the RS on it, not the P. P's for pistol. RNS is rifle shotgun. So make sure you got the RS on there.
I need to make sure mine says RS.
I measure it out. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's still powder. It's just better for I think it's a bigger, it's not like as fine of a powder. So, I mean, it'll still light on fire, but it's just different. And then I like to do 100 grains of powder. Some people do more or less. 100 grain works for me.
Yeah.
And then I shoot 295 grain bullets, and mine are already cased. So, like, I don't have to take it, put it in the casing. That's what I like. And I don't know what it's called, but the pointy end versus, like, the hollowed out one. That's just preference. It's not really performance-based review there. It's just, and I think it's just what I've always shot, so I just don't change. But that's what I like. And then, I just shoot that, and it seems to work. 100 grains of powder and 295 grain bullet, and I'm ready to roll. Now, I'll say this: a lot of people like the powder that's already like made up, compacted, whatever you want to say.
Pellets.
Yeah, the pellets. And I've actually got some, I think, right over there on the gun safe. But I don't hate it. I've seen it work. It's just I've also seen it too many times where it doesn't ignite, and I just don't like that, man. It's like, to me, if it's I'm not saying people don't use it every year and kill deer with it. I'm just saying, to me, I want something I know is gonna freaking go.
Yeah.
And loose powder just goes. And of course, you got to pack it in, which means you got to pack any of that stuff in. But anyway, that's why I like that. And then if you're shooting a muzzleloader, try your best to get one that's a 209 primer, not a number 11 cap. Same reason. There's too many number 11 caps that just don't reach the powder to ignite it. It just will sit there and steam at you, but it won't go off. Or it'll go pop, boom.
Yeah.
Instead of, all in one motion. So, you don't want to be going pop and then go, what in the world? Oh, what in the world?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's not good. So anyway, loose powder, 295 grain bullet, 209 primer. You're ready to rip.
That's it. Ready to rip like a wild banshee. So we'll see if we can repeat last year this weekend. And hopefully that chocolate horn deer with the funky rack is going down. I don't know. I like funky chocolate rack deer for some reason. So maybe. We'll see.
I'm all about it. Well, whatever is on the list of, available to harvest, to kill, I'm in.
Yep. Me too. Hopefully we got a hot doe running around through there. We'll see.
Yeah, no doubt. That'd be awesome.
We will see. So, no
that'd be real
telling.
Great. We're going to eat real good.
Hang out, we're going to eat real good. Chill, what you talking about, Willis? We're going to eat real good. Heck, yeah.
Yeah, these people don't even know.
No, they don't have a clue, but they're going to. If you hang around long enough, you can watch these videos that we're going to be throwing out of old Johnny Boy in the kitchen there. So he's the master wildlife chef. And you're going to be salivating over this food he's going to cook this weekend. So, I'm ready to get to camp, man. I've got to fix this scope now, so I got to take my dang scope off. I've got to go to the store and get more projectiles. And because I done shot through 5 of them today, and I thought, man, I know I ain't that bad of a shot. I know that. And, oh, man, it's just ridiculous. So, anyway, we're going to go and go to the store in the morning, buy some more projectiles, and see what we can't get done. Because right now, brother, we struggling. We on the struggle bus for sure.
Well, the good news is you got all day tomorrow, and then Saturday it'll be time to party on. So
all I need is to get 2 bullets touching each other, and I'm ready to rip. Then I know
all day
at 100 yards, that's night. Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. And so it is exciting. But yeah, so I think for the food, I'm going to keep it somewhat simple. I know Ben requested Cajun mac and cheese again, so he's excited about that. Yeah. And I think I may do a meatloaf too with some mashed potatoes and some corn.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So simple yet effective.
Simple yet effective. It'll be great. Fantastic. Dude, bring on. Well, I'm driving to the lodge tomorrow. So get some of that, y'all. We headed to the Sinking Creek Ranch tomorrow. We'll be down there. John's coming tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and we're going to hee-haw around, probably stay up way too late, and then have to get up before daylight and go to our respected areas and try to drop the hammer on some monster whitetail. That's our goal. And when I say monster whitetail, I mean mature, full-grown bruisers that are running up and down these hollers and ridges. And, there's something cool coming to the ranch probably after deer season, and we'll dive into that later in the year. But just keep that in mind that there is something super cool coming to the ranch that's going to help the habitat by a long shot. So, yeah, let's go to the lodge. Let's go to the lodge, man. I'm ready. Let's go.
Hey, I'll see you there.
See you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Now, hey, look, really quick, I need to tell the people.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, there's some really cool merch. RootedTelevision.com. There's some new stuff coming.
Oh, it's out.
Is it on
it's
there
out.
yet? Or
it's there.
Or it is out?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
it's there.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to spill the beans.
Oh, yeah, it's there.
Okay, so we got some new hoodies. Ben, tell them, because you are way more in that world than I am. So there's a dark green.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lighter green. I'm probably screwing this up. And then there's some sort of camo.
So we've got
thing, right?
a army green, a dark brown, and a duck camo, old school camo pattern for Rooted Television and the podcast on our hoodies. So they are live. They are ready to rip. Go get you one and support us. You can't beat it. And I'm telling you right now, these are really heavyweight, so they're really nice. They're high quality.
And they're comfy.
Yes, very comfortable, and they're going to keep you warm. And, even if nothing else, is a great base layer or just to wear around the house or whatever. So, yeah, they're live. Get after them.
Check us out. Yep. So, boom, we got the merch. There is, as always, in every episode, there's a link in the description. You guys can donate to this podcast, whatever you see fit. It really helps us and keeps us going here. Look, man, I'm not trying to be a millionaire. I would just, like for some of my expenses to be paid.
Yes.
That's all I'm looking for.
That's right.
I'm not looking to make a fortune.
That's right.
But listen, look, all we're here for is to tell good stories, some tips and tricks. If you learned something along the way, that's great. And as always, the most important, share Jesus. And hopefully you guys take something away from these episodes. So, again, rootedtelevision.com, the link in the description. We're on all the socials. Follow, like, share, subscribe, all the fun things. So, as always, thanks for listening.
The redneck is out.
See y'all.